All right. Hey, welcome back. All right, so let's get into this, Aquarius. Let's take a look at whatever the message may be for next week. We have the Strength card, we have Temperance, we have Four of Wands. Very nice. So it could be a week of some pretty beautiful balance. Connections could strengthen, and that could be work connections. That could also be connections with our neighbors, with our neighborhood, with our community. This comes across as like a really powerful bond between individuals that I don't know if someone needs a shoulder to cry on this week, and Aquarius provides that. We have strong Leo, and then Temperance energy is going to be our Sag energy coming in. And then we have Leo, Sag, Aries as well from the Four of Wands. But we could definitely have someone else having a rocky week, and Aquarius really steps in and gives them support. On a secondary note, there could be someone, this feels like an empty nest kind of thing coming up. Like Aquarius could be connecting better to a one-on-one partnership and relationship, like with a lover perhaps, but they could have somebody else in their life that they are, saying bon voyage or wishing somebody well. This could be an adult kid moving out. It feels like somebody is moving and some other bond is going to be almost immediately replacing that. And it's like, instead of feeling lonesome or feeling emptiness or feeling like something leaves or something is missing, I think Aquarius's life is going to be so filled with, oh God, that song is in my head right now. You fill up my senses, like something about like a night in the forest or something. Oh gosh, the rest of the song will probably come back to me later, but I can't think of it right now. I don't know. Is it John Denver? I can't think of who it is. I would say it's an 80s song. I think it's a male singing it. You fill up my senses. Come love me again. Anyway, that song is in my head right now. And I'm feeling like, I feel like Aquarius's life is going to be very full, very like their heart's going to be full. Their energy flow is going to be full. And I think that they know it. We have that Ace of Swords here, which is the sword of clarity and truth. We have a King of Wands. We've got a lot of spicy, good loving, passionate, fiery energy, truthful energy. I almost feel like someone's going to be declaring their love on this very busy week where so many things, like Aquarius has to play a lot of different roles. They got to be a friend or a helper to, like, maybe their boss is having a meltdown and they're like, hey, listen, come here. I know you own the company, you run the place, but let me help you out here. It could be like Aquarius has to lend their strength to someone who technically should be in charge. Then we have, let me help you launch. Let me help you, change your life around. This could be a friend. This could be, like I said, an adult kid moving out, or somebody who's making a big kind of like transition in their life. And Aquarius is there to help make that transition smooth. Oh, I can do that. I can drop that off for you. I can donate your couch. I can help you, don't worry about it. You got to get on the road. I'll take care of that for you. And Aquarius is like making things go smooth for someone. And then Aquarius gets some huge reward. Now, there could be a party or a housewarming or a gathering, a social event going on. This says to keep it wonderful and simple, but delegate or make it into a potluck. Let other people bring things, or just choose to do hors d'oeuvres instead of trying to make huge amounts of food. Make it, if it can be half outdoors, or if it could be in a place that isn't our house, so we don't have to clean the house before and after. Also, maybe go, have a gathering that's hosted at a public park. So it's just, throw away the plastic plates right there and be done with it afterwards, but get to enjoy it so you're not just stuck serving. All of this feels like Aquarius has a very busy week, a lot of connections in their life, all of which are going very, very well. But then there is this kind of secret, passionate chapter that is just for Aquarius. There could be a new romance. There could be a secret rendezvous. There could be Aquarius. I don't know. They're meeting somebody really special. They might be slipping away. They might be doing something a little out of character this week in choosing to meet up with someone Or it could be I barely met someone, for some reason I'm vibing with them and it's nobody's business. I've been a lot of things to everybody else this week. And you know what? I want this person in my life just for me. This is my gift to myself is I really like this King of Wands. I'm passionate about them. This is between me and them. Nobody else needs to weigh in on why I'm kissing those lips. If this is somebody I barely know, but I feel like kissing them, I feel like going to visit them. I feel like taking a day off, getting out of town, maybe going to spend a weekend with them. It just feels like, especially now that we have this movement forward, that Eight of Wands, it either feels like there's going to be this revelation, maybe while there's a house party or something, but it's like someone becomes much more like a spark is lit. They're much more near and dear all of a sudden. Maybe Aquarius starts looking at this person with a different set of eyes. They start looking at Aquarius with a different set of eyes. And it's like, there's a lot of people around, but there won't always be a lot of people around. You want to meet up with me later kind of energy. And it's like, yeah, I'll come see you later. I just feel like Aquarius, I'm not saying they're getting themselves into any trouble, but it does look like Aquarius is going to choose when they can, when they're done being everything to everybody else and all these other events and all these other connections. I think Aquarius is going to be doing something just for themselves, which is to go and spend time with a person that has captured their fancy. And I think it's very obvious that this person has captured Aquarius's fancy as well. Vice versa. We have the Four of Pentacles. They're keeping it to themselves. I don't know if there's any taboo element to this, but it's like, I'm not telling anybody that I went and spent the night at your house. Not because I'm ashamed. None of that. It's just because it's nobody else's business. I feel like I think Aquarius is highly selective with their partners. I think that they do not just randomly fall for people. I think that this says, High Priestess, Four of Cups. Aquarius is like, I hope it's not going to be a mistake. I don't like making mistakes, but my intuition says I got to see where this one goes. But I definitely want to keep it to myself, because if it does turn out to be a mistake, I definitely don't want anybody else to know about it. This feels like, for as beautiful and smooth as everything else is, Aquarius themselves likes to keep their cards close to their chest, especially when it comes to a potential lover. And they don't know how this one's going to go. They don't know if this King of Wands is really going to be the right person. But boy, we got some beautiful, like great eye contact. And we have someone who I think is just as surprised, perhaps, that they're really seeing Aquarius as this, person of great interest, as Aquarius is. Like, I don't think that these two have been dancing around, flirting around with each other for a long time. I think this is two people who see each other in a different light. And it's like, well, this was unexpected, but they feel the same strong pull toward each other. It definitely feels like Aquarius is going to somebody's house or vice versa. This to me says, let's just keep it between us. But yeah, I want to spend some time alone with you, whatever that means. Yes, Aquarius hopes that this is not going to be something that they would, make a mistake and let the wrong person close to their heart. Well, I got to say, this king looks like he's feeling the exact same way. Page of Wands. And then we've got the Page of Swords. This is really wanting to learn more. In fact, even if Aquarius goes and spends time with them, spends a night at their house, it may be very chaste. It may be, let's have amazing conversation where it's just you and I, we can really get to know each other. I feel like this person cares very much to get to know and learn all there is to know about Aquarius. Basically, this is two people who have every right to date and get to know each other, and it's nobody else's business. I don't know. I do like this. Three of Pentacles. When they have built a little bit of a rapport and some of their own relationship together, then they'll have no problem telling the rest of the world about it. But that probably isn't going to happen in 1 week's time. I think that they want to, brick by brick, build a rapport with each other and not have a bunch of other people, breathing down their neck. Who is this King of Wands? Oh, okay. So we have an 8 of Cups sideways. This could be somebody who's in the process of divorcing and they're not totally moved out yet. This could be someone who's in the process of making a life change and it hasn't completely happened yet. So that could be, you know, they're separated but not divorced, and that could be why. Yeah. So we have the Lovers, we have the 6 of Pentacles. It definitely boils it down to, and maybe this is why it's like, yeah, I want to get to know you. I want to basically go out with you because I'm super attracted to you, but we're going to need to keep this on one hand just between us, but also I don't want to take things too far. Let's not become lovers. Let's see if we build a friendship, a relationship, but even that, I don't want it scattered around town that I'm essentially dating a married man or woman who isn't single yet. There is something about the timing on this. They are sensitive to this. I mean, I think Aquarius is one laying out those ground rules that I've just described, but I think they understand that completely. And you know, they do come across really nicely because they really want to get to know Aquarius in this storyline, and they're a King of Wands. We didn't see them with deceptive energy, but I think that they fully understand exactly that. Now, Aquarius is like, I want to make sure they're really done with a previous partnership and not just taking a break and then ending it back together because they decide to reconcile. So I'm not willing to go down that road and get too close to them. But yes, I could still spend time with them. If we live apart, it might be sensible to travel and stay the night at each other's homes. That still doesn't mean that it has to become a physical connection. It can still just be us working on building a connection and a relationship. But this feels very private and very personal. And I think that in an otherwise very busy week where Aquarius does a lot for a lot of other people and makes other people's lives really good, this looks like Aquarius is going to start building a connection that is private and personal just between themselves and someone else. But it's going to take time before that relationship is something that Aquarius would probably want to share with anybody else. And that is their prerogative in this storyline. Let me get one last card. Universe, you have one message just for Aquarius in this. 10 of Pentacles. Aquarius's life is filled with a lot of people that they love and a lot of actions this week that they like taking. And as much as they love to give and see other people's lives, you know, prosper, and as much as they're a support network to everybody in their life, this says, remember, a 10 of Pentacles is a reciprocal thing. So Aquarius should be able to not just give, but also they should be able to receive. So certainly to me, that says it's going to be a good week for Aquarius, even if it's super busy, super full, but it'd be full of love. But Aquarius does have every right to, like, you know, take something for themselves as well. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye, guys.